Golden State. Right now, I think they're
Yeah.
number one in the West, right? Do you know their
No,
record? I
I
believe
think they like. Let me see.
they might be number one in the West, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are. They're 12-4.
12 and
They're
4, right?
number one. I mean, it's the same. OKC 12-4 too.
12 and 4. OKC is a great team. So I didn't expect the Warriors to be number one. So how do you feel about them being a contender? And also, are you surprised that they're ranked so high in the West based on how they've been performing without Klay
Bro,
Thompson?
me, I'm not surprised because me, like, I have this right. Like, there's certain guys.
Yeah.
As long as you have them on your team, you have a chance to be great. Steph,
Yeah.
LeBron, guy like Jokic.
Yeah.
As long like Steph to me, as long as you have guys like that on your team, you can win any game. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like, and it's been proven. It's like they lost. Clay,
Yeah.
Steph and Draymond doing whatever he's doing. Steph and Draymond, they getting a little older.
Yeah.
But those guys, like, they've done this. They've been all the way to the finish line, right?
Yeah.
So they have the experience under their belt. So I mean, obviously, like from the record from last year to this year, yes, you can say somehow surprised that they, right now 12-4. But there's certain guys, as long as you have them on your team, you have a chance of winning any night. And
No, I
that's
agree.
just one of those guys that happened to be Steph Curry. So
No, I agree. And also, like Draymond Green also is a great
very,
component to
very.
that team, which we're gonna talk about his issues in a minute. But I was surprised. My cousin actually called me. Salo actually called me or texted me or whatever. He was like, "Yeah, Golden State." He made a joke. I think he said he's gonna bet some crazy amount of money on Golden State to win a championship. I actually laughed it off because I thought it was like very hilarious. But and then the season started, and I was very doubtful because Clay wasn't there anymore. But I didn't think about Andrew Wiggins coming back. I didn't think about Buddy Hill being a replacement because Buddy is a great shooter. So
Yeah.
them losing Klay Thompson, I think might have been a good thing for them because you have a younger guy that also shoot at a high clip. You're a veteran guy that still want to be the Klay that we know, and Klay is still great. But sometimes it's like, does it fit? Does it work for the team? So I think with Andrew Wiggins, they don't have any ego. They're not like big superstar. They just want to be great role players. And then Andrew Wiggins, obviously, he was the number one pick. I think maybe like 9-10 years ago. But he maybe less than that, maybe less than 10 years. But he doesn't have like an ego. He doesn't, he always been criticized for not having that dog in him. So he's a great component to the team. He's a great slasher. He's a good shooter, a great defender at that. You got Kuminga. So they have a lot of young players, and also like Buddy Hill, which he has been playing phenomenal for them. And Draymond Green,
shoot, bro.
He can shoot. He can shoot. So to me, obviously, you said it's Steph. Steph is very important to that team, and that's the reason they're in that position. So I think they're a contender. So far, without any injuries, we should see what happens.
Yeah, and Andrew Wiggins has been playing very well. Like he's a good defender. He can shoot.
Yeah.
He can rebound. So he have a lot to these games. Like he's been having some off core issues like the recent years. But he's been this year. Like if they stay healthy, I think nobody should count them out. And they've shown that history has shown that you could never count them out. So
yeah, you can count them out. And then and I feel like, well, I don't want to sound like a hater, but I feel like if Steph won his 5th ring, they might want to. I don't think anybody gonna do that.
The MVP, the GOAT.
The GOAT conversation, because I do want Steph to win, but I also want LeBron to win.
I want LeBron to win, bro.
So it's
like the amount of scrutinize LeBron get, bro. I want LeBron to win another ring, like.
No, exactly.
Because like they still saying, oh, the bubble ring is not a. Oh, a lot of guys still say, bro. What's the guy name? McKinnon. Oh my god, you're a hater, bro.
Yeah, McKinnon's a hater for sure. He's a little slow too. He might be a little slow. Nice, bro.
I want LeBron to win. If LeBron win, bro, like I want LeBron to win for sure.
Nah, definitely. Okay, let's get into the next topic because me and you had, I don't know if we had a disagreement or whatever. I think it might have been getting a little chippy. With Lamelo, recently there's 2 incidents. He recently got benched. I don't know what game it was, but for like the last 3 minutes remaining in the game, he didn't.
And it wasn't like they were blowing. They were actually down. So
they were down, and so they put him on the bench, and I believe also, but yesterday they played Milwaukee, and he went crazy. He had 50 points. And I don't know if it was you and Tilly and I, we were talking on Clubhouse, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
he's just not efficient for me. He's good, but he's just not efficient. And
Yeah.
what do you think about his performance, and how do you feel about his game this year?
So like I feel like when we are having that conversation, I probably didn't like articulate myself well enough
Yeah.
for like what I was saying, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I don't think anybody like probably a couple guys now in the league that's very very efficient, right?
Yeah.
So the point I was making, in terms of like guys shooting a bunch of threes, right?
Yeah.
And in the Lamelo's case, well, he's on a team. If you go look at like the efficiency of his team, right? If he's not shooting, right? If say for example you have a cold night, the guy he's passing the ball to, half of them breaking too.
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying. Me, I'd rather have him put up a bunch of like shots than pass it on to the guy that's gonna do the same. That's not as efficient as he is. That's what I was saying. So if you watch the game yesterday, you can see it, bro. Like when he's hot, he's hot. Obviously, he's just like that's his game. If you watch his game, that's his game. You dribble and just get it
Yeah,
off.
I
You
agree.
dribble, get it up.
That's why I was
So
like, yeah, go finish.
so I was saying that was my point. Is like, well, say like he's not efficient. And the guys he's passing out the ball to, half of them is breaking the ball too. So it's like it's not really
No,
helping the team enough. So that's
I
how I was.
agree. So again, I don't want to compare him to LeBron. Because Sekou always be like, yo, stop comparing people to LeBron because he's an anomaly. But like, just to think of a great example, like I was like maybe like a Chris Paul in terms of efficiency, right? Like I get what you're saying. If you want to make your teammate better, also you want to make the team better. Like if they're jacking up three, that shouldn't give you the right to just jack up threes.
Yeah.
Maybe that also comes to coaching and things like that. And then he's the primary ball handler. He's averaging like career high, like in points. Just points this year. I think he might have averaged more than 6.5, 6.9 assists in the past. I'm not sure, but as you can, he only shooting 43%, and he can shoot it. But I feel like he shoot it at he take a lot of shots, and he doesn't make them at like he's not that efficient.
At an efficient rate, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like I think in due time he will learn. I think he's still young. I think I don't know how old is he, maybe like 23. But that's something that he needs to work on in terms of like understanding the game. If you don't have the hot hand, you shouldn't just keep shooting the ball. Maybe just try to drive it to the rack, get fouls, or try to set up your teammates and put them in the best position possible because you're the face of that team. You're the main guy on that team, right? So to me, that was the problem with me when it comes to Lamelo. But he's a great player. They play against the Bucks, and you see he put up 50 points, 10 assists. That's crazy numbers, and I can see him doing that, going like moving forward. I look at him as the inefficient Steph.
Yeah,
He's the inefficient Steph, which is like that's a great compliment. You like he give me the Steph vibe, but he's just inefficient.
you're not on the efficient enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But that go across the board, the league now, bro, like a bunch of guys, everybody just shooting. There's no such thing as like real basketball anymore,
Yeah, no, that's that. And man, I was watching that game, bro. He was torching them, bro. Like he was.
And the
going
crazy thing is, bro, he started getting those off at second half. Like I remember the first quarter,
Yeah,
he was like cold, and then he just started like
just going crazy, right? So it's like I'm trying to see like in terms
But
of
they
like,
lost still, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Exactly.
50, like I still lost. Yeah,
I mean, it's still I feel like the Hornet doesn't have like they just got bad luck.
they got that other kid, Brandon Miller. He's kind of
He's
nice
good.
too.
He's good. He's
Yeah.
good. Brandon Miller is good. I think they have I feel like they just don't. They just give me a vibe of a team that just want to score. They don't want to like play defense, right?
Yeah.
That's the
They
vibe
say
I get
something.
from them. But in terms of like overall performance for Lamelo, I think he has a bright future. He might be. He's gonna make it to the All-Star this year. These numbers are ridiculous. 30 and 5 rebounds and 7 assists,
Yeah.
7 assists. So he's gonna just raise up the efficiency a little bit, and then we should be all right.
Correct. I agree.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to the next one.